For your entire life, you've probably been told that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, right? That it gets your day started off on the right foot. But what if that's not just wrong? What if it's the exact opposite of what your body actually needs? Okay, let's get into this, because the science of what's happening in your body first thing in the morning, well, it might just change how you think about that first meal forever.
So let's just start with that bombshell. That's a direct quote from Dr. Eric Berg, and it's a pretty wild claim. He's basically arguing that this one single habit, something millions of us do every single day thinking it's healthy, is actually setting our bodies up to fail for the rest of the day. It's a shocking idea, I know, and it goes against pretty much everything we've ever been taught.
Exactly. I mean, that's the big question, isn't it? That's the conventional wisdom we all grew up with. So how on earth could it be wrong? Well, to really get it, we need to peel back the curtain and look at what's actually happening inside your body when you wake up before you've even had a single bite of food.
All right, so let's talk about your body's natural morning state. See, after you've been sleeping all night, you're not just rested. Your body is in this really unique and powerful metabolic state that's been running for hours. It's pretty magical, actually.
Okay, this right here is the absolute key. After fasting all night, your insulin, that's the hormone that manages your blood sugar and tells your body to store fat, is at rock bottom. You can think of high insulin as a big, heavy lock on your fat cells. But when insulin is super low, like it is in the morning, that lock is wide open. It's a green light for your body to start burning its own stored fat for energy.
And get this, while your body is in this fat-burning state, another incredible process called autophagy is going full steam. Think of it like your body's internal cleaning crew. It goes around finding old, busted, or just junky parts of your cells and recycles them into new, healthy parts. It's literally repairing itself from the inside out, and this process is cranked up to the max when you're fasting.
So when you put it all together, you've got this incredible morning advantage. Your body is naturally in a state of peak fat burning, it's repairing its cells, your insulin is low, and your liver is even regenerating. This is a seriously powerful, beneficial state that we want to hold on to for as long as we possibly can.
But here's where the trouble starts. That first meal of the day, our beloved breakfast, basically comes in and acts like a giant off switch for all of those amazing morning processes.
And the problem isn't just the act of eating, it's what we're eating. The standard breakfast that most of us eat is like a perfect storm of refined carbohydrates and sugars that just sends our hormones into a complete tailspin.
I mean, just look at this list of the usual suspects: sugary cereals, orange juice, which is basically sugar water, toast with jam, muffins. All of these things turn into glucose in your body almost instantly, which forces your pancreas to release a huge flood of insulin to deal with it all. It's the exact opposite of what your body wants in that beautiful low insulin morning state.
And this quote right here just nails the immediate consequence. The second that high-carb breakfast hits your system, you slam on the brakes on fat burning. Your liver, which was humming along using fat for fuel, now has to stop everything it's doing to deal with this sudden sugar emergency.
This chart just puts it in black and white, doesn't it? On one side, you've got your liver doing what it wants to do in the morning, burning fat, repairing cells. On the other side, you see what the typical breakfast forces it to do: stop burning fat and start storing all that new sugar as new fat. It's a complete 180 from what it was designed to do.
Now, you might be thinking, okay, but what if I add some protein, like eggs with my toast? That should help, right? Well, here's the tricky part. While it might not make your blood sugar reading go quite as high, it creates this hidden problem. Dr. Berg calls it a doubling effect. Combining protein and carbs can trigger an even bigger spike in insulin behind the scenes, even if your glucose meter doesn't show it.
So you see, this morning insulin spike isn't just a one-and-done event. It's not over after breakfast. It actually kicks off this chain reaction, this cascade of negative effects that can mess up your health for the entire rest of the day.
That big insulin spike is always followed by a big blood sugar crash, and that crash is what puts you on this blood sugar roller coaster. You feel a quick burst of energy, then boom, you crash. You feel tired, foggy, and you start craving more sugar to get back up again. And that cycle just repeats itself all day long. And it all started with that first meal.
And the long-term fallout from this is pretty serious. Your body gets locked into fat storing mode, you feel hungry all the time, you get that classic 3 p.m. energy slump, but it goes even deeper than that. We're talking about increased inflammation, more belly fat, retaining water, and it can even contribute to hormonal imbalances in both men and women.
Okay, so that all sounds pretty bad, right? If breakfast is the problem, what on earth is the solution? Well, the good news is, it's actually way simpler than you might think.
It's all about learning to work with your body's natural rhythm instead of constantly fighting against it.
And this is maybe the most important takeaway of all. The goal isn't to go find a healthier breakfast cereal. The real goal is to simply extend that powerful, beneficial morning fast. The whole idea is to keep your body in that fat-burning, cell-repairing state for as long as you possibly can each day.
And you don't have to go cold turkey on this. The very first most important step is just to cut way down on the carbs and sugars in your whole diet. That's going to stabilize your blood sugar and make you way less dependent on constant meals. Then you just start listening to your body. When you wake up, just ask yourself, am I actually hungry? If the answer is no, don't eat. Have some water, maybe a black coffee. Just try to push that first meal a little later each day, until eventually lunch just becomes your new breakfast.
And the payoff from making this one little change can be absolutely huge. By just extending that fast, you let your body burn more fat, especially the stubborn stuff from your liver and belly. You can lower inflammation, get rid of that constant gnawing hunger, and start to experience way better mental clarity, a better mood, and just stable, consistent energy all day long. No more roller coaster.
So it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If the one meal we've been told our whole lives is the most important is actually the most damaging, what other health rules do we need to start questioning? Maybe the real key to a healthy day isn't about what we eat first, but about simply letting our bodies continue the powerful, natural fast they're already in.